Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. My name is Mike, and this is a video for the OGs and the OGs only. Okay, I didn't make one at the weekend simply because I was waiting for the election. What was going to happen? Was Kamala going to win, or was Trump, as every Twitter, every X poll prediction, whatever you want to call it, had him nailed on to win? Well, as you can see, the mainstream media got it completely wrong, as we expected. And the land of the free, Elon Musk's X, got it absolutely spot on. Enough of the politics. I'm making this video because it's very difficult for me now to remain neutral or bearish. That's the problem. My job is to try and take emotion out of what is going on. It's very easy to sit there and be excited. My portfolio hasn't been this high in probably about 3.5 years. However, when we're in the bad times, we have to try and remain positive. When we're in the good times, we have to keep our head on our shoulders. We can't suddenly go off and run into the distance, buying every moondeng and goat along the way. So I'm going to try and give you a very quick roadmap for what is going to happen over the next 12 months. And along the way, you need to remain both bullish but also steadfast. Do not give up your gains. I've covered that in a separate video. I'm not going to cover that again today. So what we've seen recently is the Fed have cut interest rates by 0.25%. So let's start there. The Fed have admitted that this is still restrictive. So expect more cuts, maybe another 0.25% in December, and then next year expect the rates to come down. So the interest rates are coming down. That is massively bullish for what is considered to be a risk on asset, which is Bitcoin. So the Fed is going to cut interest rates. That's duck number one out of the way. Duck number two is Gary Gensler. Gary Gensler is gone, okay? He is currently under investigation. I don't know if anybody has seen this, but he is under investigation for restrictive policies. He is gone. Come February the 1st, he will no longer be in the SEC. I have picked Hester Peirce. She is my number one pick for the head of the SEC. However, there is a new chap who may possibly become the head of the SEC. It hasn't been confirmed. I will leave a picture of him on screen now so you can see him, but he could possibly become the head of the SEC, and he has come out and said himself that it's been an absolute disaster and you can't enforce through the courts. So a new head of the SEC, which again, I've been talking about this for ages, this isn't new. Number three, ETF applications. Solana, XRP, they are now all on the table. Expect by April, May next year to have at least 2 more ETFs. That is going to push more institutional money into crypto. Remember, at the minute, it's only Bitcoin and it's only Ethereum. Get Solana, get XRP, maybe Litecoin, maybe AVAX, maybe Chainlink, whatever it might be. Get them on the table and let's move forward with the ETFs. So that's May next year. That's duck number three, okay? Already, we haven't even mentioned Trump, and we are 3 for 3, in my opinion. Next is the strategic reserve, the Bitcoin strategic reserve. They will be buying 200,000 Bitcoin a year, every year for the next 4 years. They already have 200,000, so they're going to be buying 800,000 more Bitcoin over the next 4 years. That takes up the entire supply. So we are now into the period where we have the ETFs buying as much Bitcoin as they can. We have Michael Saylor buying $46 billion of Bitcoin. We have the US government buying 200,000 Bitcoin a year. Okay? All of these things are going to happen between now and the end of this bull run. Okay? Expect the first 200,000 to be bought between, I would say, Q1, April, beginning of Q2, and I would say by the end of Q3 next year. That's when I would expect the majority of that 200,000 to be bought. Cynthia Lummis is in charge of this, by the way, not Donald Trump. So just because Trump can be seen as being very airy-fairy. He's not a details guy. That's not important with Donald Trump, okay? He has people around him that know way more about these things, and he puts them in charge. So we have the strategic reserve. Now we get on to the big one, Donald Trump. Donald Trump wants Bitcoin to be made in America. Expect all of the mining companies, expect all of the energy companies to be pushed towards mining Bitcoin. He is going to, I think he called it drills in the ground. He's going to basically sign off on fracking, sign off on oil being pumped out of American soil. He's going to bring down energy costs. What does bringing down energy costs mean to miners? It means they're going to make more money. What does that mean? It means they don't have to sell. So the miners will be producing Bitcoin and not selling. So on top of all of the people wanting to buy the Bitcoin, the miners aren't going to sell. So Trump is going to come in, be pro-Bitcoin, and with the likes of Elon Musk, JD Vance, and Robert Kennedy, they're all Bitcoin holders, okay? This is the end game, okay? It's come way sooner than I expected. That's duck number 4? Duck number 5, contagion. This is the big one. Contagion happens when other countries, states in America, think they're missing out. It's, imagine FOMO, but on a nation state level. That's what contagion is. It's FOMO. The UK has a very large bag of Bitcoin. They are going to be bringing in new Digital Properties Acts next year. Switzerland, the United Arab Emirates, China, Russia has just signed off in the last 24 hours on allowing national assets to be used to mine Bitcoin, okay? We have gone from being mocked from a $15,000 Bitcoin to a period of time where nation states are fighting for Bitcoin. We have arrived at the point where Bitcoin is going to go parabolic, okay? I can't sit here in good faith and tell you that we're only going to go to $110,000 next year, okay? That would be disingenuous. The same way that 12 months ago, I wouldn't sit here and say we were going to $500,000. The bull case now for Bitcoin is the strongest it's been in its entirety. In the history of Bitcoin, we have never seen a situation like this. What I will warn you about is price predictions for Bitcoin. If we are at $1 million next November, it would not surprise me. It would also not surprise me if we are at $150,000. Not one single person you watch on YouTube or anywhere else is going to have a clue what is going to happen. The exchanges are running out of Bitcoin. Coinbase is buying all of the Bitcoin for BlackRock. They're buying it all. The charts, the figures, they are off the scale, okay? We don't know where it's going to end up. Now, this leads me on to my conclusion. All the ducks that we had lined up last year all came to fruition, every single one of them. I can't see any one of the things we've just been talking about now not coming true. The ETFs, interest rates, the miners not selling, the strategic reserve, Trump wanting to provide incentives to mine in America, FOMO, stroke contagion. I can't see one of them not coming true. So where are we going to see Bitcoin at the end of the year? And more importantly, what's going to happen to Bitcoin during the bear market in 2026, 2027? That's the next question. Not how high are we going to go, but how far are we going to come down from it? My prediction has always been a 60% retracement. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. We now need to separate Bitcoin from crypto. Bitcoin is no longer a crypto asset. It is a commodity like gold. Bitcoin's target now is to acquire more and more investment in terms of more and more people buying and holding it. And once that gets to the point of no return, we're going to see an absolutely astronomical Bitcoin price. But that doesn't mean the bear market won't happen for alts It won't happen for the likes of Ethereum. It won't happen for the likes of Solana. We need to see how the ETFs play out. We're seeing Ethereum approaching $3,000. I told you that this was going to happen from Q1, not from now, of course. Didn't expect it to happen so soon, but Ethereum is the second biggest asset. After people have bought Bitcoin, they're going to go after Ethereum. The issue now is, are we going to have a two-tier crypto market? The ETF and institutional crypto and the non-institutional crypto. That's going to be the next question that we need to ask. So the reason I've waited, as I said, is I wanted to wait for the dust to settle, just see how much of a landslide Trump has got. And believe you me, it's a landslide. Ignore the people telling you it was close. There was nothing close about this election. He has the Senate. He has Congress. He has carte blanche for 4 years to do what he wants. We're going to see figures that nobody is going to predict. So my very simple piece of advice is, reconsider selling your Bitcoin at the end of the bull run. Reconsider it in August next year when we've seen 6 months of Trump. Let's have a look at where we're going to be next year. My plan was to sell everything. My plan now is probably to sell everything except Bitcoin. Okay? It's going to be the bullish 12 months you've ever seen. I thought 2021 was incredible. Getting to $69,000 was incredible. I think this time around we're going to see something that nobody has ever expected. Hang on to your hats. Thank you for being an OG. You, as always, have been great. I have been Mike. Until the next video, goodbye.